What's going on, crew? We're doing a live Q&A. I'm gonna keep this one, hopefully, a bit more concise than last time. I'm gonna tag the questions asked in the caption so you can kind of skip around and find what you would feel is most beneficial to you. So, let the games begin. Or the gains, shall I say. What's going on, crew? You guys like my tricep? You guys like my strategic success poster? This live is just looking great. Oh, we got a question. What do you like to do in your downtime? I love music. I love music. I love downloading music, finding music. So that's like my main hobby, I would say, outside of training. If you're trying to gain muscle and lose body fat, should you do cardio every day? Not necessarily. Cardio is not necessary to gain muscle or lose fat. It's just a tool in the tool belt that can help us facilitate a caloric deficit in an easier way, because doing cardio burns calories. How do I want to word this? Yeah, so I want you to lead with, whether you're looking to gain muscle or lose fat, lead with weight training first. Because weight training is going to provide proper stimulus to the muscle that will break it down and allow it to grow back. And weight training is more or less telling our body that we need these muscles. These aren't just like light bulbs that have gone off in my head. It's learning, reading, watching, listening to really smart people, and also listening to my body. It's a symbiotic relationship. So what I'm saying is the training that I post on my page is really training that works for me. It's not regimented in a training program fashion. Beginners, I would rather you join an actual training program. A regimented and periodized training program is going to have very similar exercises week over week. Now the sets and the reps will probably change, the intensity will probably change, but the exercises will remain relatively consistent. And I really strongly encourage all beginners and even intermediates, if you haven't done a proper training program, to do one so you can get used to these baseline and fundamental movements, these well-researched and proven compound lifts like squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, and get used to these and systematically and learn how to grow in strength over a period of time. Follow a training program for a minimum of 3 months, ideally 6 months to a year or longer, and then it'll happen naturally. As the years pass, you have education at that point through experience and learning, and then you can kind of adjust things. So I don't encourage everyone to just blindly follow my training. Why would you follow some random dude on the internet just because he has muscles? What did he do to get there? Was he doing the same thing today as he was on day one? Probably not. Very different. So, yeah, I want you guys to follow a training program. I just post my workouts in case you guys want to do one-off exercises, but my goal is to get you guys to join, and I'm transparent about this. My whole goal of being on Instagram is to run a business and to get you guys to join the Shredded for Life platform so you can actually do a training program tailored towards your goals, coupled with nutrition, so you can see better results. You will see much better results doing that than just jumping around Instagram and doing the next Fitfluencer's super dope workout. So, fasted cardio helps me a little. Does it actually have a benefit scientifically speaking? I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm fairly certain there's not much research that proves fasted cardio is any better than cardio with something in your stomach. Actually, I'm almost 100% that it's not proven by science that there's a significant difference. And what matters, guys, is are you facilitating a caloric deficit week over week? I like to often think of it in a week time period instead of a day. A lot of people think, am I in a caloric deficit for the day? Well, you can split up calories in many different ways. One day you can have higher calories, perhaps day one you can have higher calories if day two you have a leg day, which is what I did last night. I ate a whole pizza. And then you can eat less on other days, such that these numbers add up, the 7 days of calories you've consumed, and for the week you've actually been in a deficit, which means you will lose fat. What was the question I was even fucking asked? I don't even fucking remember. That's so bad. What was the question I was asked? Wait a second. Fasted cardio. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Guys, yeah, that's what's most important, is are you in a caloric deficit? It's not meal timing. It's not, should I do cardio fasted or unfasted? It's none of these things. It's the law of thermodynamics and energy. Calories, energy, they're the same thing. If you put more energy into your face than you consume, you're going to gain weight. You're gonna store energy, store fat. So we must regulate that first and foremost. That's the thing that's gonna make your body look different the most, is tightly controlling your caloric intake. When do you release a new set? We're all waiting. Literally tomorrow. Hell yeah, I'm glad you asked. sometimes I'm like, does anyone even listen to these fucking things? I love making them, so I'm glad you guys enjoy them. Do I play any sports? I'm actually about to join a rec soccer league because I live in a house in Los Angeles. I live with two buddies. One buddy has been a best friend since college. We joined the same fraternity. Other buddy played professional soccer. He was a goalkeeper, and we all played soccer growing up, and we've been juggling the soccer ball around the house, and we said a couple days ago we just need to join a freaking soccer team or start one. So yeah, that's what I played growing up. That and track and cross country. What is the importance of rest days? Is it necessary? You can work out. So this is not so black and white either. Should you take a rest day? Yes or no? I, of course, err on the side of yes, you should take a rest day. However, that depends on the intensity of your training, what type of training that you're doing. If it's not extremely intense, you can definitely get by with training every single day. But then that begs the question, why is your training not intense? You should really be pushing the envelope, performing better than the week prior, ideally. Of course, it's not always going to happen. But I want you to fucking drain yourself, so you need a rest day or 2 rest days. I've always trained 5 to 6 days a week, and that's always worked for me. Rest is extremely important. Sleep, downtime, time not moving. Right? You probably heard this before. We don't grow muscle in the gym. We grow muscle when we're going about the rest of our day, and really when we're sleeping, when we're resting, after we've nourished our body, we've eaten. So to not rest is to not complete the cycle of being able to build muscle and lose fat. You're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Sleep is so fucking important. Very, very important. I don't have a TV in my room. And I grew up not having a TV in my room, but I don't have one because it fucks with my sleep. I'll have it on too long, I'll get in bed, but the TV will be on for fucking 3 hours. Because I've tried it before. And I kind of wax and wane between it. I'll like put it in my room for like a week. And then I'll remember like, shit, this is why I don't have a fucking TV in my room. Then I'll take it out for like 3 to 6 months and I'll put it back in. And it's usually because I want to work in my room sometimes, but either way, yeah. Sleep. Take your fucking TVs out of your room. What supplements do I use? The easiest route to go from here, so I'm not talking forever, is the link in my bio is a link to my supplement list. I'm not plugging like, go spend money. I literally spend fucking days, hours and hours creating this page, linking all supplements that I take, why I take them, what they're for, all the science behind why they should be taken. And it's a page of probably 30 supplements, and I break it down into 2 tiers. Tier 1 is, I would say, most important. There's 5-6 supplements on it, and then the rest is, again, descriptions for all of them. But tier 2 is not as necessary. Link in the bio. Does creatine cause hair loss? No, nothing that I have heard before. I don't think so. But I'm not 100%. But I've been taking it almost every day for 11 years. And I think I'm fine, fingers crossed. Just a blanket statement right here. And if you're new to the page, welcome. I can be pretty blunt with things. It's the way I was raised. It's the way I like to convey points and drive things home. Sometimes I curse. Some people don't like that. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. But if you don't fucking take creatine, you are fucking dumb. That's what I want to say. I just had to preface that. So many people are fucking scared of creatine like it's some crazy drug. It's not. It's naturally occurring in red meat. Fairly certain it may be in certain vegetables, not 100%. And we can get it from red meat, but not in the quantity that is ideal based on research. So that's why we supplement it. You can take creatine in many different ways. A lot of times energy drinks and pre-workouts will include creatine in it. So I would check the labels of what you take, but overall you want to be taking in 5 grams to 10 grams per day. Guys, I keep going under this questions tab, so if you're asking questions in the chat, see if you can ask a question in the questions tab. Do I take steroids? I do not. Oh, I can like have the question pop up. That's pretty dope. Oh, cool. I didn't know I could do that. How I can gain more weight. So the short answer is consume more calories. That's the law, again, of thermodynamics. You need to take in more energy than your body requires. Caloric maintenance is you're neither going to gain weight nor lose weight. You're feeling pretty good. Your body's like thumbs up. We have the amount of energy we need to run all of our bodily processes. But you're like, but wait, body, I want to get fucking yoked. Where do I go from here? Your body's like, well, you're going to need to give me more of that stuff, that energy, than we need. So then you just move on and eat more food. Add an extra meal during the day. Make the meals that you already eat a little bit bigger. But ultimately, you need to consume more calories. Calorically dense foods will be helpful. Nut butters. The word nut butter, by the way, is just like a funny, maybe it's just like the shitty sense of humor with me, but like nut butter. Fucking nut butters. What else? Trail mixes, dried fruits, cook with oil. Calorically dense things will be helpful. Higher calories in a smaller volume of food, right? So the opposite of that would be like spaghetti squash or spinach or a big salad. High volume, low calories is great when we're looking to lose fat. Not good when we're looking to gain weight, gain muscle, and unless you do drugs, steroids, unless you do cocaine, it's impossible to gain pure muscle. Remember that. Bookmark it. Quote, Brian DaCosta 2020. Don't do cocaine, kids. But yeah, you can gain, I think, pure muscle potentially if you do steroids, but if you're a natural, I hear Motown High is better than University. Is that true? Damn, that's a shout out to fucking West Virginia. West Virginia. No one on this live knows where West Virginia is. Motown High is a piece of fucking garbage. All the G's went to University High. You're on my live, aren't you? Can you open my messages? No, but you can ask a question here. What's a good workout for love handles? No such thing as a workout for love handles. You're going to want to reduce your body fat percentage by eating in a caloric deficit. See, it's all funneling down to the same thing. If you got love handles, logic may tell you, I've got to go to the gym and do something about that. And that may be true, but what you should do at the gym is follow a training program, a periodized training program, so you can get your body used to, again, these compound movements like squat, bench, deadlift. And when it comes to reducing love handles, that will start to happen naturally once you're following a training program. You're going to start to burn fat. You're going to start to build muscle. Your body's going to start to take a different shape. You're going to look leaner. But then it's in the kitchen. And the other 22, 23 hours of the day that you're not training is not eating too much. Eat in a caloric deficit, and then the love handles will start to shrink. For how long should I bulk? And of course, guys, all of my answers are general. I'm trying my best to tailor them for the average person. If you're a natural athlete, I'd err on the side of having a longer bulking season than a shorter one. Like, I've heard people throw on having like a 3-month bulk, and I think it's kind of funny because there's not much that can be done in 3 months noticeably. And hormonally, our body takes time to adjust out of a fat loss phase. What I would do is give yourself at least 6 months, ideally a year or longer. A year to 2 years, ideally. 6 months on the absolute low side. But muscle building takes time. It requires your body being in a certain climate, certain atmosphere, healthy hormonal levels. Your metabolism is revving and consistent. You've got that engine going. You're consuming a lot of calories, but you're also burning a lot of calories. Your body's conditioned to be able to handle those calories, distribute them the right way, break them down. And we can fuck that whole thing up, and we kind of do fuck that whole thing up when we decide to diet. And then that sends all these different signals to your body. And over the long term, it's a much different function with your body to be catabolic versus anabolic. Catabolic is breaking down. That's what it means, is breaking down, but it's specifically breaking down adipose tissue, burning adipose tissue. Anabolic is growing. So give yourself time and be patient. This game of bodybuilding or just body recomposition, getting a better body, it's a long game. It's a fucking marathon. I don't want anyone thinking short term with it. So, you know, it's a marathon. It's a really fun thing. It's fun to see progress. It's fun to see things change. You learn so much about yourself, about your body. But, you know, it's something we should do to take care of ourselves, but I wouldn't attach to any sense of worth from bodybuilding or building a body, because it's going to be, you're just not going to find it there. And I know it's kind of a side note, but a lot of these time frames I'm throwing out are pretty fucking long, right? A year, 2 years for bulking. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Yes. It's the truth. So, you know, commit to the process that's proven and yield better results in the long term versus chasing excitement, and you're just going to be kind of driving with the fucking e-brake on, not be very effective with your progress. Drive your purpose and worth from things like your family and stuff other than what you look like. Commit to a fucking process, and soon you're going to look exactly the way that you want to. Split or push-pull legs? Either or questions. I don't like either or questions. Split, I think he's referring to body part split. So a common body part split would be chest Monday, back or legs day 2, back or legs the other one on day 3, then shoulders, then arms. That's how I've always split it up. I love a body part split. Push-pull legs is also great too. Upper, lower, upper, lower. Upper, lower is also great as well. I want you to commit to one and stick to it though. Don't be jumping around all the time. Pick one, be committed for a period of time. See for yourself if you like it. Another big thing is enjoyability with training splits. Are you actually enjoying the style of training? Some people hate doing upper body, lower body, but it's great scientifically for especially individuals who are moving into an advanced season of lifting. They've been lifting intelligently for over 2-3 years. There's research that shows that hitting a certain muscle group more frequently is more beneficial. Of course, hitting something more frequently, let's say your legs, your quads, will come with less intensity each time. So, but the logic there is quickly that your muscles are used to training at this point because you're an advanced lifter, and they're fully recovered often definitely by day 4, day 5. So if you're only hitting it once a week, you're leaving some days on the table that your muscle's fully recovered. And it's like, yo, I'm fully recovered, provide new stimulus and break me down so I can grow again, but you're not doing it. And an upper lower split or a push pull leg split or even a full body split solves that problem. What inspired me to start with fitness? It's kind of something I fell into in a way. Not fully. Well, I was an athlete growing up. I played soccer. I was a runner. And then I started lifting right at the end of high school. And then I kept it going into college because it's hard to deny the benefits that you derive from being physically fit in life, mentally and physically. And I did not want to lose those in college. So I kept it going and then generated a big passion for it throughout college. And then I worked as an accountant for about 5 years. And then that's when I made a transition. To start my own business. Can I do more home workouts? Unless I don't have access to a gym, I'm probably not going to. Sorry, my man. But you can scroll down on my page and see them because I've still got like 40 home workouts. Solution for small calves. I should ask you that question because I haven't found it yet. Does family come first? Question mark. What do you mean by that question? Yes, family does come first. I don't know what that means. What else would come first? Love my vids. Am I single? Yes. How we progress faster. How we progress faster? I don't have an answer that I can give concisely here. I would say follow a proven system and be patient. If person asking this, Byramzil, if you're following a training program that's periodized and systematically designed to get you stronger over time, if that's your goal, and you're monitoring your diet, tracking it loosely, paying attention to it, then just be patient. That's the answer. But if you're not doing that, then start doing it. Do I still find it rewarding to be doing Instagram? Yes, I do, but it's a fucking lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. I edit everything that I post. Those who are wondering, I edit in Final Cut on Mac products. But yeah, I love Instagram. And I put so much time into it, but it's so rewarding for me. Of course, I run a business as well. I've got to pay for the roof over my head, but I don't do it for that reason. It's because I see how it helps all you guys and how you find support in it, and that fills up my cup. That gives me so much fucking energy. Gives me a ton of energy when I get messages and see your guys' comments that things that I share are helpful, and that pushes me to keep going. So yeah, I love Instagram, and it's just, it's just the internet. It's just a platform, It's just a fucking little icon that I click on that allows me to facilitate human connection with a community that I've already built, whether that's on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or YouTube or Reddit. I don't fucking care. It's like I can share things that other people find helpful, and I think that's awesome. That's the ultimate goal, right? I was an accountant. I was making good money, but I wasn't fulfilled, and I wasn't seeing the connection between my efforts and who I was helping. And that's where I was really not motivated and pretty depressed, to be honest. This is the best thing. I think it's the ultimate goal. It's the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, in my opinion. Well, it's not really something you can have an opinion on, but to be able to do something that you enjoy and you know that it's helping others and serving a greater good, I think is what everyone should strive for and not settle until they find it. And everyone has a unique gift, I believe, that you can provide the world with and serve the world with. That's a whole other philosophy topic. How old am I? 29. What is the best way to get ripped veins? Veins are highly genetic. The best way to control the visibility of your veins is going to be to reduce your body fat percentage, again, by eating in a caloric deficit and losing fat. You can take some vasodilators and other pump products to increase blood flow during exercise, which should help a little bit. You can take a product like Core Pump. Again, that's linked on that supplement page I referenced earlier. It's linked in my bio. You can also take Core Fury, which is also a pre-workout. Pump is the non-stimulant caffeine version. Non-stimulant, no caffeine version of Fury, which has caffeine. Both will help you get a pump. Favorite city in Europe? Visit London ever. I have been to London, but I just went through Heathrow a couple times. I studied abroad in Venice, Italy for a summer, and I really like Venice. So I almost want to say Venice, but I really also like Portugal, because I'm Portuguese, half Italian, half Portuguese. I really like Lisbon. And I really like Barcelona. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say Barcelona is my favorite city. Barcelona. Although I don't remember a lot of my couple trips there because I was fucking hammered. But it's an awesome place. Fat loss tips, that's very general. Fat loss tips is eat less. How long have I been training for? 11 years. Weight training. Do I like Spain? That was just asked. Yes, I do. Right on cue. Higher or lower reps for arms? Again, I'm not a big fan of either or questions. I'd say both is the answer. Guys, the answer to everything is it depends. So I hope you understand that. And I'm going to end the live here in like 5 minutes. But understand the answer to every question is it depends. And either or questions, it's often, especially with training, it's often both. Like higher or lower reps, low intensity or high intensity, high rest time or low rest time. Both can be beneficial. And to keep it as quick as I can, lifting heavier weight will support you in gaining strength. Logical, right? Can we do high reps with heavy weight? No. We usually can only do lower reps because it's very heavy. So low reps, generally, again, all general. Think power lifter, great for explosiveness, performance, gaining strength. High reps, lower load, lower weight, great for size, hypertrophy, growing muscular size. Every rep, shuttling blood into the muscle, shuttling oxygen into the muscle, and both are beneficial. So, as you guys can see with the structure of my workouts, I'd imagine if you've been on the page for a while, you can see that they are fairly predictable. Is first couple exercises are higher on the intensity scale, lower on the rep scale, generally, and then as I navigate through the workout, it's becoming more isolated. Secondary, tertiary movements, higher reps, lower intensity, and so that's kind of the best of both worlds example. So the answer is both. We'll do 2 more questions. Keeping up the motivation. I love talking about motivation, but I can ramble about it a lot, so I don't touch on it too frequently. But here's the short answer, at least in my opinion, is you can't get by having to do things that you don't want to do sometimes. That's always going to be a reality. So I think the goal is you've got to do it anyways. Feel the fear, whatever it is, the depression, the whatever. Do it fucking anyways. You've almost got to shut your brain off and just go into autopilot mode. So a lot of times when I don't want to go to the gym, I do this. I am sitting there, or I'm sitting in my computer or whatever, and I'm like sitting there with my thoughts. I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, blah, 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 all these things. I'm thinking. You literally have to fucking stand up, go change, go grab your gym bag, put on your gym. You just have to physically do it. And even though you don't want to, and then get in the car or however you get to the gym and just start going. And then if you fast forward halfway through your workout, you are going to be very happy that you're there. And then when you're walking out of the gym, you're going to be very happy that you went. No one ever walks out of the gym regretting that they went. When have you ever regretted leaving the gym after a great workout? So knowing that that's a truth, the point to attack is where you're in your fucking feels of, I don't want to do this. Can't get by having to do things that you don't want to do. You've got to feel like shit and go anyways. That's just life. So it's not motivation. Like, I wax and wane between motivation. I wax and wane with motivation all the time. I also have a lot of different passions. I run a business. Sometimes I'm busy, my brain is tired, I don't want to go train. Like, motivation is never in the cards. It's never a consideration of whether I'm going to train. I train not motivated. I train motivated. I fucking train. Like, that's the period. I train. Motivated or not, I'm fucking going. Because it's a value. And it's something that I hold very important to me. And I stick to that. Because without those, who are we? How do you get... All right, last question, let's make it a good one. What shorts am I wearing today? Not a good one. Good question. Guys, the shorts I've been wearing lately are linked to my bio. Young LA came out with these awesome compression shorts. If I had a pair around me, I'd show you them. Just look at my recent workouts, all of them. They're like my favorite pair of shorts ever. They sent me some, and then I went and ordered another like 6 pairs. When you get past teen years, you find a certain article of clothing that you like, and you just fucking stick to it. At least that's what I found true to myself. It's like, a lot of gym shorts suck. These are dope. I'm gonna buy a fuck ton of these. Let's get another question. Last question. Favorite Joe Rogan podcast? Holy shit. You guys know, I don't think you guys know how much of a fan I am of Joe Rogan's podcast. Well, myself and the rest of the world, but I watch all of his podcasts. I don't make it through all of them, but rest days, bulking. I'm just going to hit on the basics again because it's important. All right, so there's 2 questions here I can kind of knock out. Question number 1, what are the best basics? What are the basics you need to see faster progress? Number 2, how to lose belly fat if even a caloric deficit did not help. Second one I read is going to be easiest. So that's a flawed question. How to lose belly fat if a caloric deficit did not help is you were not actually in a caloric deficit, because if you were in a caloric deficit, you would eventually be losing belly fat. Now, the issue may be you were in a caloric deficit and you just need more time, perhaps just more patience. But if you are eating in a caloric deficit and you are losing weight, you will lose belly fat. And then to quickly add to that, we're genetically predisposed to gain weight and lose weight in specific areas on our body. Some people gain fat first in their stomach. Some people gain fat first on their glutes, on their legs. And this is not something you can really control. Okay, so again, like spot reducing fat, you can't control where you're going to put on fat first. You can't control where you're going to take it off first. And oftentimes the first place you put on fat is the last place that it comes off. That's just the fucking truth. So, that being said, if you are eating in a caloric deficit, as your body fat percentage is lowering, your body is getting rid of that energy. It's using that energy because you're not giving the calories. It needs to run somehow, right? You will eventually tap into that belly fat. Perhaps you're frustrated because your face has thinned out, your legs have thinned out, your arms have thinned out, but you still have belly fat. Fucking tough. That sucks. And I'm sympathizing with you. That sucks. But it's just a truth that you're going to have to continue to be in a caloric deficit, and then your body will eventually use that energy, because that little roll there, or rolls, it's just energy. That's energy yet to be used. And then the last question is the basics of seeing progress. And I'm going to hammer this home just because it is very fucking important. Is first, I want you to control your nutrition. If you've never tracked your calories, I want you to track your calories. Some people have strong opinions about this, but I still think it is very wise to at least understand the amount of calories that we consume, the amount of macronutrients, proteins, carbs, and fats are in specific foods. You may be having way more fat than you thought you were, maybe having way less protein than you thought you were. Actually, I'd be willing to wager money right now that 99% of you on this live, if you are not tracking, actually, if you have never tracked and you are not tracking your calories, my wager is that 100% of you are not taking in enough protein. You're probably taking in way more fat, potentially carbohydrates, than you need to. So that's number one, is track your calories. Do it at least for a month, at least. Don't have to do it every day, but majority of the days. Let's say all weekdays. Take the weekend off, but information and data gives us just more to play with, and it's the more information we have, the better decisions we can make, right? How do I lose fat? I don't know. Well, how much have you been eating? I don't know. How many calories? I don't know. Like, you don't have any substance to go off of if you haven't done some work. So gather that data, then you can adjust accordingly. Second thing is going to be a training program, and that's it. And then this is the end of the live, is get on a fucking training program, please. If you're a beginner, if you're an intermediate, but have never ran a training program, please do a training program. A training program is not a training split. Training splits are great, but a training program is structured in a way that you're going to be able to increase in performance, gain muscle, gain strength over time. Recovery is going to be worked into the training program. Deloads, times of rest are going to be worked into the training program. And it's just the best way to do things. It takes out the guesswork. All right. I kept that question up too long. Hope you guys found this helpful. I will probably do this once a week. I did it last week. It was pretty fun. So see you guys next time.